story about those Girl Scouts who contacted you.
How
Okay.
old is she?
6.
Good evening. Welcome to the July 15th meeting of the Sustainability Committee. My name is Diana Cohane. I'm going to ask every member to introduce themselves, starting with those that are attending through the phone. So, Amy?
Yes, Amy Baversky.
Carolyn?
Carolyn Scafidi.
Thank you.
Debbie Schneider.
Kristen Keegan?
Anthony Busher.
Okay, thank you. First order of business is citizens and business time. Seeing no one here, we will move on to FY26 planning. Oh, and before we do that, I need to say the following meeting is being recorded and broadcast by Tyngsborough Media. The meeting is available through our local cable access channels on Comcast and Verizon Fios and as a live stream on our town website. A recording of this meeting will be available through the video on demand portion of our website. After instruction from the State Fire Marshal and Tyngsborough Fire Chief, in the event of an emergency, there is an exit directly across from me at the rear of the room and one to my left. Okay, so moving on to FY26 planning. First order of business, this is our first meeting of the new fiscal year, is to do a reorganization. And as I stated at the last meeting, is it still true? Is it still true?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Would anybody like to take an office? Because Keith has said he'd be willing to continue to be the secretary. Kristen has said she'd continue being vice chair, and I'm willing to continue to be chair. But if anybody else would like a position, please say so now. Okay, otherwise, can I have a motion for those 3 positions?
I make a motion to continue with the same positions.
Second?
That's easy way.
3rd.
4th, 5th. Okay, motion by Debbie, second by Kristen. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
All those opposed and abstaining? Okay, that's unanimous. Thank you. All right, FY26 calendar of events, as far as we know right now. What we do in a fiscal year is we do are we talking about the events we'll be at? Let's just talk about our events.
Our
Other
events,
people are
probably.
scheduling things, right? So Keith, I thought Keith was going to be looking into Repair Cafe. That's going to be our first event
In the fall.
in the fall, but I don't know the date yet. But it's usually within 2 weeks before Zero Waste Day. And Zero Waste Day is is it November 1st, actually,
Is it
November 1st?
First or the second?
The first Saturday. Go ahead,
November 1st is a Saturday.
Carolyn, what did you say?
Oh, okay, it's the 1st, all right, I thought it was the 2nd.
Okay, yeah, I think it's November 1st.
Yep. I have it in here for the 1st.
Okay. And then we have our, in April, we don't know the date yet, but something about the townwide cleanup is in April.
Yeah,
And then Repair Cafe will be again sometime in April.
May 2nd would be the first Saturday.
Then Zero Waste Day will be May 2nd. Okay. And then on top of that, we want to run 3 workshops, but we don't have the dates yet for those. Okay? Anybody else know of anything other than our participation in town events like I think right now just the health and safety fair? Okay. And that health fair is September 27th. Okay. All right, and what I'd like to do this coming year is have this agenda item for every meeting about something that I learned, as we all kind of explore what's going on out there in terms of energy, in terms of biodiversity, any topic in sustainability that you learn something from, if people could, make a note of that and bring that to the next meeting. And then maybe we can turn some of those into informative posts that we do on social media and stuff for the community. Okay? So I will volunteer one for this month, that I learned that according to the International Energy Association, the IEA, this year marks the year that the world is investing more in clean energy than in fossil fuels. That's the world. I'm not talking about our country, the world. So overall, in 2025, according to the IEA, 1.1 trillion is being invested in coal, gas, or fuel, and 2.2 trillion is being invested in clean energy. China's the leader, and the two most popular forms are wind and solar, which in 10 years has gone from 4% of investments to 15% of investments in energy. So I thought that was good news. It's not enough, but
No, it is good news.
yeah. Did anybody else have anything? I know I didn't give you guys time to think about that, so it's fine if we can wait till the next meeting.
About events or news.
Yeah, anything that you've learned in
Well, I heard
sustainability.
that Lowell, it was recognized as, by that UN group.
Who was?
The city of Lowell.
City of Lowell.
Yeah, and that includes a sustainability component, which is kind of exciting for the city of Lowell.
Yeah.
And to develop open spaces along the Merrimack River. And I don't know what that entails for sustainability, but it sounded like it was pretty significant in the Lowell Sun.
Oh,
I hadn't heard of it, but I shared it with a couple friends, and
oh, great.
look forward to finding out more about it. And
Yeah,
what it
that's
is.
awesome.
But I think that gives them some kind of funding and investment, and
That's great.
types of development, and sustainability is part of it.
Perfect.
Would you share that with the committee when you
When I have more information,
have more
absolutely.
information? Or maybe in the next
I
meeting?
will.
Maybe the next meeting, give us the information. That would be great. Anyone else? Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to solid waste reduction. I have the final wrap-up for the fiscal year. We had set a goal of a 3% reduction in overall tonnage from last fiscal year. And as you can see the little green percent reduce? So we reduced recycling tons by 5%, but residential trash tons by 2%. So an overall average total waste reduction was 2.4%. So not quite the 3% we were aiming for,
Oh, close.
but yeah, close,
Yeah.
close. But I thought it was interesting to see a couple of things I noticed on this spreadsheet, if you're all looking at that, is that, well, first of all, the total waste reduction, that means trash and recycling tonnage, the total waste reduction over last year was 192,260 pounds. Okay. And that led to a savings. The town would have spent $9,613, so about $10,000 more in tipping fees and sorting fees for the recycling. We would have spent about $9,600 more if we hadn't reduced waste at all. So that's good. But notice that the reduction was 192,000, but the total tons diverted that we were able to track, because we know it's more than that. Just the scrap metal, textiles, and then our zero waste day is about 112,000 pounds. And those diversions are over on the far right of the chart, so you can see where that comes from. And the chart has everything in tons. But what I learned during the podcast with Roni was that people don't think of things in tons, they think of things in pounds.
Yep.
So the summary stuff is all in pounds, because that means more to people, right? But, so I just thought that was interesting. And that the total trash plus recycling that was brought to the curb last year by those residents that get service was about 7.7 million pounds of trash and recycling. The average per household then being about 463 pounds of trash, 463 pounds of recyclables and 1,493 pounds of trash. For a total of almost 2,000 pounds per household, or about 38 pounds per week per household.
A lot.
Yeah,
Right.
But that includes recycling too.
that includes recyclables, correct. Yes, if you took just the trash and divided that by 52, it wouldn't be too different,
Right,
right?
right.
Maybe about 30,
Mhm.
I don't know. Okay,
So is this good or bad?
Well, I mean, we did reduce it. We
We
did
did
go down
reduce
to
it, yes.
almost 2.5%.
Was there a
So
goal? That'd
the
be-
goal was 3%.
the goal was
So
3%.
we made 2.4%.
Oh, that's not bad.
All right.
I mean,
It's going down.
Right.
It's going, at least.
We're going in
it's
the right
down.
direction.
Yeah.
Going in the right
Remember
direction.
that one year we tried, one year it actually went up
Yeah.
Yes,
when we were trying to make it go down?
yes.
So,
Yeah.
that's not good.
yeah, that was not good. And I just want to point out that we can no longer track the tonnage in the containers, because the contract, as it stands today, we pay, see the container trash?
Yeah.
We pay 16,500 per month for pickup and disposal of container trash, but we don't get the weights for that. So that's the schools, we're also the containers, the schools, the ball fields.
Condos?
Oh, yeah, some of the
Condos.
condos, you're right, some of the condos that we give service to are in containers. So we're not able to track that, unfortunately. Yeah. And when we look at our total tons diverted, we also don't have tonnage on food scraps or how many mattresses, on the weight of the mattresses being diverted. Because they contract directly with UTEC for that.
They can't give you a number of how many they've picked up in town?
We might be able to,
Yeah,
we might be able to find that,
okay.
but I don't think we can get it for the food scraps.
No. No, with Black Earth, no?
No, they just grab the containers, because they're driving with one truck.
Multiple
Oh,
municipalities.
Multiple
And,
stops,
yeah, they
unless
just
they
pick up.
waited as they pulled the bag out, but
That would be nice.
it would be nice, yeah.
How many mattresses?
And, the other interesting fact is that if you take the total cost to take away our trash and recycling, the cost per household ends up being about $319 per household that is receiving service.
Yeah, for the year.
Yeah,
Actually, that's pretty cheap.
yeah, I don't know what a private contract costs for a year.
But even if you rent a dumpster, aren't dumpsters expensive to rent?
Dumpsters are, but
Yeah, I don't,
If you had to rent multiple dumpsters,
Right.
if you were doing a rehab project or whatever. So, yeah. I don't know.
last year, the average was $284 per household, now it's $319.
Yeah.
Even though the amount has gone down, the cost to dispose of it and to collect it has gone up. So that number would be even higher if
We weren't
the
doing
trash
all
hadn't
this.
been reduced.
Right.
Is the trash disposal, is that added to the residential trash collection fee?
Yep, all of that's added. So we pay $32,645 per month for them to just come collect the trash. Then we pay
right.
Covanta, which is a new company now, I don't know the name of it, $100 per ton when they bring it there to dispose of it. And then we pay half that amount for the recycling collection, because it's every other, it looks, it's more than half now. I don't know if you noticed that. It used to be exactly half. So a little less for them to do half the town every week. And then we pay whatever the net cost ends up being, because we get some money, we get some value for the recyclables, but now they're charging $142 per ton to sort the recyclables. So this difference ends up being the price, the value minus the 142 per ton. Anybody else see anything on here that they question or find interesting?
Where are you getting the 142?
That's not on here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That's the bill.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you guys all the last month's bills, just so you can see where these numbers come from.
So it is valuable to recycle for the town, to divert recycling from trash to the recycling bin, right? That
Yes.
does, that saves the town
Yep.
financially, okay.
It used to be even better. We used to get money per ton.
Oh, it used to be better.
It used
but
to be
it's-
even better,
It's
and-
still positive, like.
Yeah, but if you look at, like last year, the average amount we paid per ton was 86, because the recyclables were worth more and the processing fee was less. Now we're paying 91 average for the whole year. You can see how much it varies. It's approaching the cost to dispose of the trash. Yeah,
That May number really
the May
screwed us
number
too.
was really bad, right, right. And that's because they had to bring it somewhere else because Waste Management was shut down that day.
It's approaching the 142, is that?
No, so like, for example, in June, if we paid $100 per ton, that means that the recyclables themselves were worth $42 per ton. And then they charged us 142 per ton to process it, so then the net pay is 100 per ton. Yeah. And we've all watched that number creep up month to month. Okay, anything else? You guys at home okay?
Yeah, we're good, good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I will, oh, and also on your sheet, this should say, see it says total tons diverted, that should say just total diverted, because it's not tons, it's pounds now.
In the very last column,
In the red stuff,
no, the
Oh.
5605.
total diverted, yeah,
Yeah, 56
.05 tons,
tons.
which is,
Done. Well,
112,106 pounds, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I get it.
Okay? And I was just mentioning before you all came, that I was over at the highway department today to throw some stuff into the scrap metal. And I took a peek into the compost bins, the food waste bins, and there are some plastic bags, not compostable plastic bags. So I don't know how we make it more clear with people.
You don't know why somebody who's composting doesn't understand that.
Exactly.
I know, you'd think they would be more aware
Right.
Right,
that you shouldn't put plastic in compost.
right, because it's not compostable.
Right.
Right, so I think maybe what I'll do is put a reminder post in sustainability in our Facebook group, just to, and hope that that's where the person is looking. So I'll put something
Diana,
there.
I'm trying to think, I go there often, but does it say no plastic, it says no plastic bags, right?
Yeah, It does. You know, I should have looked more carefully to see how big it is, where it is.
Maybe made the bigger sign, no plastic bags.
Yeah, yeah, stop, no plastic bags.
Right. Yeah,
Okay. I'll go back and peek at it after the meeting and see if there's a way to make that even more obvious.
because I think it would be better if it'd be right there,
Yes,
you know,
yeah,
right there.
okay. All right, moving on to energy, Homeworks Energy.
I have not heard back from Stephen with updated numbers, just from the person with the dehumidifier program from Mass Save. So
Okay. So,
they're locked in for Zero Waste Day,
okay,
and,
but no update on.
but no update on this quarter yet.
Okay. So maybe at our September meeting,
Yeah, we should
we
definitely
should
have
have,
it then.
like, for the fiscal year, like a wrap-up. Okay, okay.
So you haven't heard anything about the appliance trade-in program either?
No, just the dehumidifiers. The appliance trade-in, they will come and pick up like your refrigerators and stuff, but it has to be in working condition.
Okay. All right.
And then you do get a rebate from that.
Who's they?
It is through Mass Save and National Grid.
So they,
So I think you get the credit for National Grid because then you're using less energy. I can see if I can get the number for that.
yeah, okay, okay. Because it occurs to me, I don't know if you're all aware of these National Grid cost savings programs right now, but they have a program for off-peak charging if you have an electric vehicle at home. They have a program, it's called Connected Solutions, for both your thermostat, if you have a thermostat that you can access remotely. They have a program for that, and they have a program for batteries. And in all of them, you get, like in the charging one, you get $50 to join the program, and then every month you get a reduction in your kilowatt hour usage
Really?
for being in that program. The thermostat program, same thing, you get $50 to enroll, and then you get $20 at the end of every summer that you're part of it. So what they want to do is be able to, if they know that there's a peak coming, like what's happening right now, they might cool your house more before the peak's about to hit, and then change the temperature a little bit higher during the peak, so you're kind of living off the extra coolness of your house for a couple of hours, and then go back to whatever you've set your temperature at. So they, but in all cases, you can always override it. If you're not
Right.
comfortable, you can always go and override it, right? And the same thing with the battery one, they will give you $275 per kilowatt that they use between June and September. So on average, people are getting $1,500 a year off of that program. So I don't know if we want to do some sort of summary of all of these incentives, whether it's the trade-off or these other programs, and post that for people, and then just give them a link. So,
Yeah,
I can do that,
yeah?
sure.
Oh, that would be awesome. And maybe, Kristen, if you can send
yeah, I'll
Tony.
send the links for that.
Yeah, and Tony, have we added you as sustainability, to be able to go into Sustainable Tyngsborough and be like an author of posts?
Not yet, but
I
I
don't
can
think we have.
check with you on how to do that.
Yeah, I wish I knew how to do that, but I'll ask Keith. Okay, I'll ask Keith to add you.
I have a question. about
What's
the-
your Facebook name?
Tony Busher,
Okay, it's not Anthony, I didn't know
I
if
think
it
it's
was.
Tony, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Is the battery an EV battery that you get $275?
The battery is like for your, if you have solar panels
Yeah.
and you collect the energy.
On that, yeah, the solar battery, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have that, and
You have a solar battery?
it discharges our battery. It's discharging our battery right now, actually, back to the grid. We
It-
get money for it.
Okay, and so you have a battery that charges off your solar panels, and then, like, during
Yeah.
times like right now, National Grid is taking some of that energy and paying you for that?
Yep,
Okay,
yep, they drain it like right, back to the grid.
okay. And do you have the ability to override that if you don't want them to take the energy?
That, I don't know, we were originally doing it through Tesla because we have Powerwalls, that's the batteries we have, so.
Yep. Yeah,
I don't know if there's a way to stop it,
okay.
but, I mean, it really hasn't ever been an issue. We've been doing it for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now,
Okay, and
and,
how much are you seeing as a result from that?
if Scott was here, he'd have the numbers.
Okay,
But, because he knows them off the top of his head, but, I mean, it's in the thousands,
wow,
so,
Wow.
last I remember, so,
that's awesome. That
yeah.
can
it's
help,
Pretty good.
that can help people justify putting in a battery,
Solar battery.
right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's amazing for when the power goes out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it just switches right over like a generator, and don't even know you lost power.
Wow, nice,
Pretty great.
nice.
Unless they've drained your battery before the power outage.
Yeah, and we've had that a couple times, but it's never down to 0.
Okay.
So, you know, it's one of those situations where like the sun's gonna come out again at some point.
And
It's gonna
recharge.
get charged
Yeah,
up. So, you know, you might need to like turn off your air conditioner or something if you wanna
Right,
preserve
right.
what you have, but
So if
we
the,
haven't run into that too much, so.
okay, good.
if the power's out, your solar panels are still collecting electricity and still charging the battery?
Yeah,
Okay, that's great,
yeah.
that's great.
Can I ask you another question? We haven't looked into this because we have solar panels also. About how much do the batteries run? How much do they cost? About,
I wanna say, we got 2 of them, and I wanna say it was something around like 8,000. That was 4 years ago, I think, so, I don't know what it costs now,
okay.
but,
They've paid for themselves anyways.
Yes.
Sounds like they pay for themselves pretty
Right,
quickly.
right.
Plus, there are still some programs for battery walls, right, power walls. So, and this is kind of jumping ahead, but I really think that one of our workshops should be on something like this. You know, answering people's questions about this, you know, if they don't have solar yet, how do they make that decision? What are the options? And then the batteries, and I just don't know who would be the right.
yeah,
Well, the SMART program 3.0 was just released last month and just announced. You
What,
probably heard about it. So that's the revamped solar program in Massachusetts.
okay,
If anybody who looked into solar on their home in the last 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, might have heard from the solar company that the SMART program is not worth it now because it's, the incentives have declined.
okay,
But anyways, SMART 3.0 is just a revision to the program, and it's supposed to boost the incentives
Oh,
for
good.
solar and storage, so batteries. So
So-
I haven't read it, it just came out a couple weeks ago, probably a month ago.
okay.
I need to look into it, but I can look into that too and try and share some details, at least, you know, like residential.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking is that, I mean, for our learning, but also for the community, maybe it's gonna take a couple of people coming to a workshop with different areas of expertise
Oh, sure.
to, you know, present what the options are and then answer residents' questions and stuff. So can you help me find resources for that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that would be great.
At least 1 or 2, and then, you know, somebody else might have resources
Yeah.
as well. So, I mean, probably at least 1 residential solar developer who's local and
Right,
knows what they're, you know, knows it inside out.
right,
But,
Right.
yeah, that would be helpful, because my background's commercial, So,
Yes.
commercial and residential are different.
Different,
And then you got the simplified application, if you're under 25 kW, I think that's increased too. So what you could do on your home, they've also simplified the process, things like that.
yeah.
Things like that matter for a company because it reduces their costs to develop a project. So
Right.
just kind of look into it and see what's there.
Awesome.
So I wrote it down, but I've got for this summary of programs, dehumidifiers, appliances, connected solutions, EV charging.
Yep.
Did I
And
say
the
anything?
Connected Solutions has the two parts to it. One is the thermostats and one is the batteries.
Oh, okay.
They're both part of Connected Solutions, but it's different incentives.
And the battery and the EV charging program's different than the
Right.
EV.
The EV charging is like off-peak.
That's a different program.
Like my car, it
Okay.
won't start charging when I
Got it.
plug it in. It waits until sometime in the middle of the night,
Okay.
and then it
Okay.
charges. So then it gives me money off per kilowatt hour.
That's the
That's
car
awesome.
program. It's different than the battery program.
It's different than
Powerwall.
the battery, they're taking energy. They're taking so that they don't have to build out the infrastructure more to deal with the peak demands and stuff.
Got it, all right. So,
Interesting.
So, maybe one post that says, hey, there's gonna be posts about these other topics, and then do one post on each, because it'd be too much of a post to explain all of this in one.
So what do we want to link to the program?
Right,
And,
like one post that says we're gonna, what all the programs are, and then look for posts on each one, and then each one, just a simple
Separate.
explanation with a
Simple
link.
explanation and a link.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. Great. All right, education and outreach, new resident packets. I saw, how did you find time to add 11 more?
I just go right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I did update the new residents, and there were no rentals.
There were no rentals. Okay, because some of them I wasn't quite sure if they got, well, some of them, remember, we also give them to the ones that don't get service? Oh, I'll
Yep,
have to
there
get
were
back.
11 sales between condos and single families.
Last month.
Yep,
Yeah.
in the last month.
11 sales, but.
No rentals, no rentals on multiple listing service. No rentals handled through an agent.
Oh.
Right, okay. But let me just grab, I was trying to put on here whether they have town service or not, and I don't know about Whitetail Drive. Where is that just a residential address?
Yes,
So they do have town service. Tamarack, no, right? That's,
no.
that's, that's,
it's the Enclave.
that's the Enclave. And what about Sunset Way?
Where?
Sunset Way,
I think that was,
I don't know about that.
okay.
I think that was a single family.
Okay, must be a new road, I don't even remember that road.
I haven't been down there yet.
Okay, so out of those 11 then, there's just one that's a no service, and the others all get town services, the other 10. And just FYI, we're up to 62 packets delivered this year, and 613 packets delivered all together.
Yeah, Sunset Way is a single family off
Single
of
family.
Old Stone Hill Road by
Okay.
Jocko Drive,
Okay,
Jamie Way over there.
okay. All right, so, Carolyn, you and Debbie are the ones that are doing this? Have you
It's
been doing?
it's mostly Carol.
Mostly Carolyn?
But
Okay.
I did a couple.
Okay, all right. Okay,
I have all the material.
Yes.
okay,
I won't be doing it until I'm back in August.
okay. Understandable.
Is that early? Okay.
All right, thank you, guys. Podcast, I did it alone. It was interesting. It's hard to, I went in thinking I was gonna talk about this set of things, but you just kind of follow their questions, so I'm not sure if I achieved what I wanted to achieve, but it's up on I don't even know where it's posted, but it's a podcast. There's a podcast called Entering Tyngsborough, and it's Entering Tyngsborough, episode 21 for sustainability. The bridge, that's the next, these are the different ways we can reach out to people. The bridge is the library's attempt to try to
Make up for the neighbor to
fill
neighbor.
in for the neighbor be having, us losing the neighbor to neighbor. I noticed that our participation in Repair Cafe and Zero Waste Day were down over the past, and I think that's because people didn't have the neighbor to neighbor, the flyer we used to do that advertised it, right?
Yeah.
Has anybody been reading The Bridge?
I didn't know that it was already published.
Yeah, I looked at it.
Yeah, I got it. It's not too meaty, but they're asking for people to send in information for events and things.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one I read, it was just library news.
Yeah, I got confused because it doesn't.
There was no other town information,
That's what I thought, okay.
right? Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, and I
Now,
was
maybe
like-
they'll change that if people send things in, but
Right.
I haven't seen that yet. But I was
Okay.
away.
So how do we want to use this? What kind of stuff do we want to submit to the Bridge?
Articles that we.
Just
that were
like we used to
similar
do?
That we used to do, yeah, unless you have
Yeah.
other ideas.
Yeah,
Okay,
articles, events.
Debbie, can I ask you if you could have a conversation with
Kathy?
Kathy
Mm-hmm.
and see if that's okay and, you know, kind of what the timing is and stuff like that?
Yeah, see if they're ready to
If they're ready
accept
for that, right? Because they
other
are gonna,
articles.
I understand they are gonna be doing a printout, and if you come to the library, you can
can actually
take a
get a
paper.
physical.
Right,
Yep,
right, but,
yep.
I just didn't see anything posted, so I thought maybe we're not supposed to do anything other than calendar. I didn't know.
Mhm.
So if you could have that conversation,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah, I'll do that. Try
Okay.
to do that this week.
Okay, thank you. And then the resident survey, as of the end of June, we had like 67 responses. And, did I share that with you guys last time? In terms of what areas of sustainability people were interested in learning more about, was home energy efficiency improvements and upgrades, about half of them. Waste reduction was 72%, believe it or not. And the other one was, I was surprised by this, water conservation and pollution was a big one too, that people wanted to learn more about. The other ones got mentioned, the EVs and EV charging and renewable energy for my home, renewable energy for our town, but those three were the ones that were the most popular.
We should mention the heat loan program too. That's a really good
Yeah.
program.
The what program?
The heat loan program. Very good, zero interest for heat pumps or weatherization.
yes,
anything like that.
definitely.
7-year, zero interest. I've done it twice. It's very easy.
That's awesome.
You can
yeah.
go through a credit union. And interest rates are tough right now, so having that
7
program,
and 0, yeah.
you can do your heat pumps. And the heat pumps are really good. I just put one in because mine broke.
Yeah.
And the new ones are quiet and I was
Really?
nervous. And I went with the lower cost one, but it works really
Good.
well.
Great. Yeah, definitely add that to that list.
Who is this heat loan program?
It's also Mass Save.
Mass
Yeah.
Save, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get a rebate. I'm gonna try again on the rebate, because I had a heat pump already, but it
Oh,
didn't heat the place.
right, so you upgraded it.
You know, if you cap your gas and you put in a heat pump, they almost practically pay for the whole heat pump if you cap your gas.
Right.
And you
If you
convert.
don't, yeah,
I'd already capped my gas
Yeah.
in the carriage house. in
yeah.
fact.
And that's
So
a
it's
point,
the-
I think that's a point of frustration for some people because they feel like in the middle of the winter, the heat pump won't be enough.
Right.
And they'd like the gas as a backup.
I'll let you know. how it
Are you gonna
goes.
try to run it only on heat pump?
That's all I have in the carriage house.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, interesting. Yeah, so, all right, so we got that. The thing I found interesting in there was some people said, one person said, how do we dispose of large items if we don't have town service?
That's a tough, yeah, that's,
And I was wondering, why can't Republic pick up for a fee from addresses that they don't?
they can't
Service.
tell you the fee. I've already tried.
They what?
They can't tell you the fee. It's one of those, you provide the information, you know, we'll let you know. So you have to kind of go on faith. and they come out and they'll give you a dumpster. I just, calling your
No, I'm
public through the
talking
town.
about, I'm sorry, I'm talking about, like if somebody has a couch.
Oh, couch,
If
yeah.
they get town service, they come to town hall and they get a sticker for bulky, and then Republic picks it up, and it gets
We have that?
charged
Okay.
to our tonnage, right?
Yep.
So why can they only pick it up? Why can't we allow residents who don't have curbside service to buy a bulky sticker, and that address gets sent into Republic, and they pick it up, even if it's not a place where they pick up the trash and
Right,
recycle?
it's still in town, I
It's
mean,
still
it's
in
not like
town.
it's out of their way if they're in town.
Right, that's my question.
Are they not paying taxes on
They pay taxes,
Are they not paying for this, some of these?
they pay taxes, but
So
they
they-
don't get curbside collection.
That
So
seems like
there were
1%.
several, the Enclave that just got built, the ones, the Shakespeare, Thoreau, all those roads, that development
really?
gets no service.
Okay. Really?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
sure they can't just they can't participate in that?
I don't know, that's what I'm
Oh.
saying,
They probably can.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, if they're bringing it up in the survey, though, they've probably tried to
They've
do it
tried,
and been
probably.
denied.
Right,
So there's gotta be a solution
so I
for,
think it's something that we should ask the Board of Health about and ask.
Drinking, you just put it on the curb and drink it.
Right.
Drink it. You just call them and they'll say, all right, what is it? All right, and you can put a couple items out there and they'll let it slide.
Right,
So this was a new experience for me here too. I'm like, how does it work? I'm still,
yeah,
so,
right?
because you're new, we're all new, that's why. Everyone there is new too. It's a learning curve.
exactly, exactly. So, I'll contact the Board of Health and ask them why we can't do that. The rest of the stuff was the forest and trail map. Wish people would follow the recommendations of your committee. Master list of things people are giving away, selling, or would like to trade. I don't know who would do that. I mean, we have Buy Nothing, Tyngsborough, but I think they're looking for more than that. Make it easier to get around town without driving. They want information on nuclear power plants, solar options / lights for the town, I believe.
It's a mass save thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we own our lights,
Oh, the
street lights.
Street lights.
we own the street lights, and then tree conservation. So those were all just one-off recommendations. How they want to receive information is all over the place, but the most popular is an email distribution list where we would send an email out to interested people. So I don't know if we want to start building that list.
We probably should, because then we'll have better turnout at the events if we're
Right,
also promoting them
Great
like
point.
that.
and social media was the second most popular there.
It's just easy to miss stuff on social,
Social media, yeah.
too many posts. And if it's not the right algorithm, then
Yeah.
it's not popping up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we start out by asking on social media if they want to be part of an email list. And then we just build the email list as we have events and stuff. So those were the most popular there. And then, the other interesting one about anything else you'd like to share with the committee, a lot of, just some nice compliments. But the one I thought was interesting was, can we have more compost locations? For example, one on the east side of town, which makes sense.
Well, that would reduce the waste, because
Yeah.
compost can be heavy.
Yes,
Food can be
Food.
heavy.
well, we did a survey 3 years ago now? 3 years ago? Maybe 2 years ago, that showed that almost half the weight of our trash is food scraps. So organics is what they called it. So that's why we were able to justify putting in some collection. But I wonder if we could add collection over on the east side too.
Run the math and see what the ROI might be.
Yeah,
I don't know, I mean, I'd have to study this a little bit, but we could maybe come up with some estimates.
Yeah, I mean, our thought putting it at the highway department is it's close to the east side. I mean, you're just crossing the
True.
bridge.
Right.
It's like right in
You
the middle.
don't have to go down to the
town.
state streets.
Right.
Yeah, and maybe if we were finding from Black Earth that those two bins are overfilling,
Mhm.
then we could justify
Adding more.
putting another one on the east side.
How often do they pick up?
Every,
Every week?
every week they pick up, and we have two bins.
Are they full?
Well, just now when I was over there, they were
They're
pretty full. Yeah,
That's awesome.
but I saw plastic
Plastic
bags.
bags.
So where would it go if,
That's my next question. Where
if,
would we
you
put?
know, if for some reason, I'm not suggesting that it should happen, I'm just saying where.
Yeah. Well, I had two thoughts, when I just initially saw this, I had two thoughts, if we could find the funds to do this, one of them being the new park, but another one being the campus, the school campus.
I take my cardboard there, I think. they
Right.
just-
Yes.
Right, so
I
it
don't know why
could be
I
a
do.
cardboard and a composting.
And maybe they could have in the schools some sort of volunteer section where the kids, you know, we could have somebody volunteering to run that, where the cafeteria food waste is put in those bins, and
Mhm.
that would be getting a lot of trash out.
Mhm.
Even though all that trash goes in the containers and we don't know how much it weighs, still,
We've got the flat fee
it's
anyways
still the
on
right
that.
thing.
Right.
It's still,
Does
it's,
anybody know about this? I mean, so Massachusetts has a law, right, for composting, if you make more than, it's
Yes.
a certain amount of weight, and so the schools don't meet that threshold, so they don't have to. but-
right.
Okay.
They don't meet it yet, but the amount keeps going down. So every year they're getting a little stricter. It's like if it's over 1,000 pounds, like, anybody know where we're at right now with the mass regulation about food waste for commercials, for commercial trash? No. I think it's going down. I thought it was like 1,000 pounds a week or something like that.
1,000 pounds, more than half ton. Still
Half a
says-
ton is 1,000, yeah. Half a ton per week?
Per
I
school?
think it's a week, yes,
Per
organic
week,
waste per
yeah.
week.
So that
Per-
hasn't
per
reduced
school.
yet.
Don't know if it's per parcel or what.
For how much? Like
I can
who?
find out. I'm gonna look into it. I'll just check on it.
Yeah,
I'm interested in it.
yeah,
I'll report back. I've heard the 1,000 tons figure before, so that's the
Mhm.
same as
Mhm.
per week.
Mhm.
yeah. It can't hurt to look into it. I don't think we meet the threshold, but I still think it would be
It's not a lot, 1,000 pounds, I mean, per week.
per
so-
week. Yeah,
Especially for school.
Oh, it was lowered to a half ton per week in 2022.
Yeah.
It was initially 1 ton in 2014, so.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's gonna be another
yeah.
change.
It was 2,000, then it went to 1,000, and I think it's going down again, but it'd be, so let's keep this in our thoughts about
Mhm.
what we might do there. Okay? So I think we'll continue to get to do the survey. I'm gonna post another reminder about it. And we all know that the little QR code expired when we tried to have people do the
Oh,
survey
yeah,
at the fair,
at the
so
health fair.
let's at
Mhm.
least run it through the health fair again. Okay? All right, cultural council grant, we talked about that. My thought was doing one on what we just talked about, like this, the energy and solar and stuff like that. And then it sounded like people still want to do one on composting, on backyard composting.
I do. I can tell you I have compost in my trash. I can reduce some pounds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just have to, my neighbor, I think, so I need to talk to somebody. I just need a little bit of
Yeah,
confidence.
Yep.
Mhm.
yep, so I think we want to, I think that's another good topic. And then I think the other topic is like biodiversity, you know, invasives versus native plants. Amy, that came up during the podcast I did with Roni. And he's like, oh, so name some natives for me. And I'm like, I froze. I said, well, Amy's our expert on this, so you'll have to have Amy come and do a talk. Like all the,
Well, I do like talking about plants.
yes, you do. So all the names just like disappeared
Yeah.
from my head. So I could only name the invasives. That was it. So, but I still think
Well,
that,
if you only can remember one big one to remember is goldenrod. It is a keystone native, but it feeds a lot of different things and
interesting.
very important.
The only one I could, name was milkweed at that point.
That's a good one too, so,
So goldenrod is a key one, huh?
yep, goldenrod's very important.
So I was thinking that one, that, the timing of these can go anytime. The composting and the biodiversity ones may be in the late winter or early spring, and then maybe the the whole one on energy, that one would be like a late fall, early winter. Does that sound about right for everybody, for timing? And Amy, do you think that you could find resources for doing one on the biodiversity one, if it's not you?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, great. Okay, that's good, and I'll work on that with you. And then, Tony, you're working on the energy one. And the composting one, what should we do for that one?
Were we gonna do something with the schools, having them set their food waste aside at one time?
We came close, and then COVID hit. We had it set up to, they were gonna come in to the middle school. We were gonna start in the middle school. And we had, who was the company that was doing composting here?
It was,
Do you remember?
Bootstrap.
Bootstrap, yes. Bootstrap, she was gonna come and present to the kids, and then we were gonna kick off, we were gonna do a waste audit there, and then
Yeah.
COVID hit and nothing happened.
nothing happened.
And entering the
Getting people
school takes
back
a
on
lot of,
board
yeah,
and-
it takes a lot of effort to do the schools. There's a good reward because you're teaching kids when they're young, but it takes a lot of effort, and if you don't have somebody in the schools committed to it, it's like pushing a rock up a hill, right? So, that's why I was thinking if we could get food waste at the at the school campus, then, and just do it voluntarily without it being like a mandatory program, it might be a way to get our foot in there. But anyway,
Maybe there's someone we can identify who can present to somebody in schools about how to do it without it being burdensome, or maybe if there's a resource that can support it.
yeah, everybody I know that's trying to do this in the schools is, like, they have staff in town that's their responsibility, and they're finding it hard. Like, they have paid people that are still finding it hard to keep it going in the schools. Because you have, custodians don't want to add to their
They don't
job.
want- Right, they don't wanna buy into it.
Right,
Yeah, okay.
right.
I
Well-
mean, we haven't asked, though.
Right,
At
right.
the middle school or the high school. Maybe they would be receptive to it. You won't know until you ask,
That's right.
so,
Anybody sticking their hands up for that one?
I know. I know.
I will,
I should,
yeah, I mean, I wasn't involved in the previous effort, but I'm happy to see what I can find. What, if other towns are, I mean, I'm just thinking like not spending, but
Yeah,
what other towns might be. and
doing
there's
something.
Yeah, I mean, the state has a website, seeing what programs are available.
There are a lot of
If there's-
programs available for schools. There's a lot of resources.
Just see what resources might have come online in the last year or two since
Yeah.
the committee last explored it, and report back maybe next meeting.
yes. Before, like, that middle school is gonna be demolished, and they're going into the new school in the fall.
Oh, it is?
Yes,
Yeah.
It's gonna be
yes,
demolished.
yeah, yes, they're gonna raise it, like, soon. But, last year, when I went in there for the polls, they had a little refrigerator there for the kids that didn't want their milk or their fruit, and they could put it in this refrigerator, and after school, kids could go to this little refrigerator in the cafeteria and take out a milk or juice or whatever, or an apple or whatever somebody, so that didn't go in the trash,
That's
you
great.
know?
Yeah.
And another kid who needed a snack could go there and get it. So I hope they continue that
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
the
I hope
school.
so.
They have changed principals at the middle school.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's gotta be a
Get in touch with
concern
them
about
before
food
the year
insecurity and
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
food insecurity.
Yeah.
Having
oh,
that
yeah.
is huge for
Yeah, yeah,
a lot of kids.
yeah. I should see, I used to work in the school, so I should, but the whole staff has changed now.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
it's been a
right.
while since I taught there, so,
Debbie, one person I talked to a couple months ago was Miss Downey.
oh,
She
yeah, math,
He was asking me about when they were cleaning out the middle school, like, she didn't wanna just throw things in the dumpster.
right.
So she might, I mean, I don't know when she's due to retire, but,
Mhm.
he might be one that might be interested as far as, like, a staff member,
Okay, I know her too,
kinda.
I know
Oh,
her.
good.
Yeah,
Easier to get on board if she
Yeah.
already cares.
Yeah,
And can I just ask, tying this back to the initial item, which of these subtotals represents the baseline for 2024, I'm sorry, 2024 per pound that we could reduce, if we reduce, the trash? If, say, we could reduce, are we talking about the $290,000 in the, the ninth column there, the trash disposal? Or which of those numbers is the per pound, that's the trash disposal, the
Yeah,
290,000?
and the recycled disposal, both of them we could bring down.
Would the compost would that come off the trash
Oh,
disposal
sorry.
if it
It
was?
would
That
come
would
off
come off
trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It would come off trash.
okay,
And we're hoping that some of that reduction in the trash disposal, I mean, the cost went up, but that's because the dollars per ton of trash went up, right? I think it was 97
it did.
last year. Oh, yeah, it says right there, it was 97 per ton last year, it's 100 per ton this year. It's gonna keep going up. So the cost went up, but it would have gone up even more if we hadn't reduced the trash. And one of the things that might be part of it, maybe not a huge chunk yet, but is the fact that we collect the food waste at the highway department now, which we weren't doing the year before.
So that's being done.
That's
Yeah.
new.
So schools would be, it might be, all right.
Right, but the schools, again, we're not gonna see that here because their trash goes in that
They're the
container
container.
trash, and we don't know the tonnage.
Okay,
We just pay a fixed price.
thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
right.
Right, okay,
So we can't justify it as a cost savings,
all right, yeah.
but we can in terms of what's good for the, environment, not to be throwing that food in there.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have Amy working on the biodiversity one. I don't know if that's the right title, Amy. We have Tony looking for resources for the energy one. And, I mean, composting, that shouldn't be hard. I'll do that one, look for resources for that one.
Okay.
Okay?
And I'll talk to Kathy.
Oh,
at the
yes, and
library.
that about school food
Yeah,
waste.
no,
Oh,
Kathy,
Kathy at the
about
library,
to,
about the bridge.
submitting articles
neighbor.
and when they're gonna be ready.
Right,
Or maybe they are ready, I don't know, but last time I looked at it, they weren't, so.
okay. Okay. And then finally, we have the September 27th Health and Safety Fair, goes from 10 to 1. And who did we say was available for that table? So that's 3 hours.
I'm not positive yet.
I'm not available that day, I'm gonna be on vacation.
I am,
Carol Ann?
yep,
Amy, how about you?
What time did you say?
It's 10 to 1.
where is it?
You know, I asked that question and I haven't gotten an answer yet. I don't know if they're going to have it again at the park,
Right.
at Ironwood Park, or if they're going to have it at the elementary school. I don't know.
Okay,
So you're a tentative, it sounds like, right?
yeah, sorry, I know you just said the time. What time is it from?
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay, okay.
on September.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance I can at least come for, whatever, half of it or something.
Yeah, okay, great. And I'll be able to come to a part of it. Chelmsford has a fair, health fair that same day, and I'm part of a booth there, but I don't know what times those are, so I'll plan to do part of it. And you said you're out of town, Kristen?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, you're not sure, Kristen, you're
But
not
I
sure.
am out of town.
You're out of town?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
Kristen, question.
I won't be home till Sunday.
And how about you, Tony?
I think I am, what are the dates again?
It's September 27th, Saturday, September 27th.
The last Saturday
Yes.
in September.
You around?
I should be.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah, just, you can put me down for like 10 to 11:30.
Okay,
I'll do that.
all right. And we're going to do the games again, but we're going to just do two games. The smaller version of that one where they threw the bean bags through, and then
Oh, yeah.
the tipping point one. Okay? All right. And so we'll have a meeting before that. We can do final plans. Our September meeting is before that fair. All right, under correspondence, I just received today something from National Grid saying that we received the municipal certificate because I attended that summit.
Yeah.
So I sent that on to the town manager to hopefully take advantage of that. I think it's a 10% discount on any project with National Grid. That's what I read it to be. So that's been moved on, yeah. And there's another page here. Oh, next I have June 2025 minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 2025 minutes.
Motion from Kristen, second from
second.
Debbie. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I
Opposed and abstaining. Okay, that's unanimous. And unless anybody really wants to meet in August, I'm proposing that our next meeting be September 16th. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah,
Okay. Next meeting, September 16th. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Motion by Kristen, second by Debbie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
Opposed? Abstain. That carries. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
thank you.
Good night.